here we are live, excited to share this chat. I have Janet from Fox and Fellow about to join me, and we're going to be chatting all about the Life and Style Scholarship, which is coming up, and the entry, closes in on Thursday, the 16th. I think that's the 16th. And we are just chatting about what she is looking for in the membership, into the scholarship entry. So we wanted to share some details with you. So I'm just going to invite Janet to join and get her on. Here she is. Super excited to share her perspective. Here she is. Hello, Janet.
Hello, hey Mel, how are ya?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good.
Thank you.
How was your big party on the weekend?
Yes, big party. I had my 50th birthday celebration. So my birthday was actually in August, but the
Oh,
party
cool.
was yesterday, which was, Saturday.
Yeah,
Amazing.
amazing.
Great time. So
That's
thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, had a 70s theme. So yeah, I'll share some
Oh,
photos actually.
yeah, cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Can't
so
wait to
good.
see that.
So we've got the scholarship. Now I'm excited because you're a judge this year, first time as a judge.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm not really sure what the application's going to look like, but I'm excited. It should be good. I love seeing like new businesses and seeing like new founders and
Yeah,
cool new ideas. So yeah, I'm excited. It should be
yeah.
good.
It's so good to see, there's always so much development and so many amazing ideas and, just unique perspectives and stuff and products that you're just like, wow, I would never have thought of that. So I think it is really great to see that innovation and see what's going on. When
Mm.
I think I was just looking at your answers, sorry, to the questions about like why you wanted to do this. So I just wanted to touch on a few of those. You talk about that it takes time to build a brand, so
Mm.
I think that's one of the things that is important for people to know. And I think I talked about it in a message to you that you've been, how long you been going now?
We're 10 years this year.
Yes,
So,
so
yeah, it takes a lot longer than you'd think.
yeah,
I thought like, by year 3 or 4, we'd be doing, crazy revenue and have a big team and,
yeah,
have our own warehouse and all this sort of stuff. But it took us a long time to get there, and also sort of wanted to keep things like sort of lean and
mhm,
small as, as much as we could. Like,
absolutely,
um, yeah, but yeah, it definitely takes a lot more money and a lot more time than you
yeah,
would think. And it takes time to build the brand. And I can see, like, when I talk to other people who have sort of started out and they're sort of maybe like 1 or 2 years in, they're kind of expecting like, crazy results or,
mhm,
lots of stockists or lots of sales. And I'm like, it just takes time. Like, just be patient and just keep building, because it takes so
yeah.
much longer than you think.
And also that
Yeah.
that's okay. Like it's okay
Mm,
to build, and everyone's going to have a different, obviously, product to start with, but also different budgets to start with, and different time constraints and all that sort of stuff. And that's
yeah.
okay. That do it your way. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's as well.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of people, like, us not starting out as a full-time business
Yeah.
either. They're often doing it on the side, or they've got a full-time or a part-time job to sort of help support it too. So, you've got to work through those years where you can actually make
Mm.
it like sustainable enough to actually quit your job and
Yeah.
make the business like profitable enough, and then profitable enough to be able to hire people as well, which is like another
Yeah.
thing as
Stage,
well.
step. Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, and so when someone's starting out now, obviously this is a great opportunity for someone to get that kick off because it's a $10,000 prize. It
Yeah.
gives them that opportunity to exhibit at a bigger stand at Life and Style than maybe what they would do if they were doing it themselves.
Mm.
Yeah, connections with people and exposure to lots of different people.
Yeah.
So it is a huge advantage to win. And I think the people who have won before have,
Yeah.
gone on to do great things.
Yeah, it's really cool to see like the brands that have gone through and won the scholarship and like where they are now and how much their business has grown. Like it's really cool. And like I wish I had the scholarship. I don't even know if it was around when I started, but like
It
God, it would have
definitely
been
wasn't.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, and even just to be able to like skip the first in style stage, like not that there's like that's an awesome
Mm,
platform too, but you don't really get much space in that little sort of
that's right.
spot.
It is a little starting point. And
Yeah.
so when, yeah, someone's going to apply, well, I would first of all just say, and I have said this a number of times before, but um, you should definitely apply if you think about it and if you qualify, because there is
Mm,
only generally, this is your first time doing it, but generally there's always been around 40 to 60, so it's not even that many really when you're looking at the
Mm.
odds. So definitely if they qualify to apply and give themselves a chance.
Yeah,
And yeah,
and definitely like a lot of people who probably aren't even thinking about wholesale too. Like there were a couple of exhibitors. We
yes.
just did like one fine baby. It's like a baby expo on the weekend.
Mhm.
And there were some cool brands that just like they don't even go to trade shows. They
Mm,
sort of were like, oh yeah, we do a little bit of wholesale. We don't really know what to do with that. So I'm just like, go
mm,
to these trade shows. Like you can pick up so many stockists. You'll get good
yeah,
quality stockists. They're boutiques. Like it's such
yes,
a good curated event, and like they don't know which trade
absolutely.
shows to go to. So I'm like
Yeah,
saying, well, you've got a boutique, nice brand. Like you should be at Life and Style if that's the
yeah.
kind of brand that you've got. So like this is the one to be at, really. Like
Mm.
I don't know. I'm a big advocate for it because I like we've had so much success with this trade show
And
over
you've
the
been
years.
there for pretty much every show, right, for years.
Yeah, I think we've been doing it for about 7 years or so,
Mm.
like Sydney and Melbourne. So yeah, we've done a fair few now. So
And
yeah,
that's it. And
it's
I think
good.
that's where you touch on like, and this is why I have my program for wholesale, because it's one of those things like it's an industry like not everyone really gets or understands or even sees the
Yeah,
value in. And I think that's something that you really have talked about. I know on our original podcast we did, but that wholesale just helped you grow steadily and
totally. Yeah,
see what was going to work in stores before. Obviously, you've got a good, strong direct to consumer model now, and you've had a
yeah.
retail store at different stages.
Mm.
But the wholesale allowed you to sort of test different things too, didn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And it's really good to get feedback from retailers. They'll tell you what's working, what's selling, what they
Yeah.
want more of. They'll say often like go into this category or make this kind of product.
Mm.
And you don't have to always like take their advice because sometimes it's not always great. But
Yeah.
often, if you're hearing lots of people saying, "Hey, you should be making this product," like
Yeah.
there's usually like a through line there that you should probably follow it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I know wholesale's such a like industry that there's no real way to learn how to do it except for like courses like yours. Like there's no book. I don't know. Maybe there are books. Like
Yeah.
it's a tricky little industry. There's all these like unwritten rules
Yeah.
and things that you have to
Definitely.
sort of learn as you go through kind of making mistakes. So if you can do like
Yeah.
your course, you can sort of bypass those
Yeah,
horrible
a few people
mistakes.
say to me as well when they start doing things, they're like, I didn't know that I needed to know that. So it's like those things
Yeah.
that you don't even know to search for because you just didn't even realize that it exists or anything.
Yeah,
But
totally. Like knowing to have a catalog and have your pricing right and have like pricing on all of your products and
mm,
like knowing how to navigate like having retailers too close to each other and like
exactly.
protecting,
Yeah.
your business with each, retailer and navigating that is always a really tricky minefield. So yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, wholesale's a really different beast to like e-com or
Mm,
direct
exactly.
or
And
retail.
you've grown that steadily too, and I think that's something that people need to remember too. Like you didn't start with 1,000 stockists, right? Like you
No.
grew steadily, steadily, steadily by showing
Yeah.
up, being at places, invested in trade shows and doing different things to really help build that momentum over time.
Yeah, 100%. Like when we started, we launched in New York and then we picked up, I think, maybe 30 or 40 stockists at
Yeah.
our first trade show. And we were like, oh my God, this is the best. And then we came back and did Life and Style. So we'd get like another 30 or 40 each show.
Mm,
And then it kind of grows from there. And then in between the shows, people hear about you. They see your Instagram. They start applying on your stockist
mm,
application form. If you can reach out to stockists and send them mailers and things like that, that's a really good idea. Send them
mm,
samples. That's a
mm.
good way to do it. But trade shows are just such a good way to just get mass retailers in one go. And
Yeah.
you get to sort of show your whole perspective, like your whole brand displayed, how you
Yeah,
want it
as opposed
displayed.
to a physical book, which I always advocate for too, catalogs. But
Yeah, yeah,
you see it how you see it, how you as the founder want it
yeah,
showcased, and how it can look en masse, and how it can look on a
yeah.
shelf, all that stuff.
Yeah, you get to decide how you want it to be merchandised and like what's your like color palette and how
Mm,
would you do your cool displays and gives the retailers ideas on how they're going to display it and stuff too. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean it's a lot of work, but it's like it's so worth it and it just like it helps elevate your brand. And then getting your brand into all those stores is going to really help you grow and just get that brand perception up. Like people will go, oh, I've seen this brand in
Actually,
lots of stores.
good question. A lot of people think, and you would probably be able to answer this, like that being in wholesale is going to, or having on an online store that you sell wholesale to, is going to impact negatively
Mm.
your own e-com. But I believe it's the opposite. I think it only
I,
helps grow it. What's
I
your?
don't think so. I mean, sometimes you'll get running sales is a tricky one. You got to be really
Yeah,
careful
yeah.
not to
Step
discount
on their
heavily.
toes, and yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and because that will annoy your retailers big time. But actually selling direct to customers shouldn't affect your wholesale business
Mm,
too much. There are some wholesale customers who will come in and be like, "Oh, I'm not buying from you because I don't want
yeah.
brands that sell direct themselves." I'm
And that
like,
is
"Okay,
quite
that's
old
fine."
school because a lot of people
Yeah,
did
yep,
only sold wholesale and they never did their own retail. But I think
totally.
that's a change in, that's a
Yeah,
change of the guard. Like that's not really the case
yeah, that was
anymore, that people don't also sell on their own, channels.
yeah, that's the modern world now. And after COVID, I think every brand realized that they can't just rely on wholesale. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was like, one or two people, but I was like, okay, cool. Like good luck trying to find people who aren't selling direct to the customer as well. But like it's different. Like, a lot of these brick and mortar stores aren't pushing online either. Like
Mm,
they're not pushing online too hard either. They're more a brick and mortar store. So it's a different avenue. And if you don't have your stuff in those stores, like the people who are going into the stores are never going to find you. They're not going to buy
mm,
from you because they're a in-person kind of person. They might not shop
yeah.
online
And
that
I
much.
think
So it works. It
COVID showed
complements.
that too, that people will still shop. I mean, it's obviously changed and evolved the way on physical retail works, but they'll still always be there. There'll still always be physical
Totally.
retails, especially
Yeah.
regional, especially sort of, strip shops and that sort of stuff too. Like it's always going to be
Yeah.
that.
And then I think there's like that swing back to people kind of get jack of online after a while. Like they want to go in stores, they want to have a nice experience. And if,
Yeah,
people are doing retail well and doing it right and, curating things really nicely and making it a great experience, then they're going to survive and do really well. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think
And
so.
so, in terms of, I know for me, when I get the application or when I review the applications, and you're viewing, as I said, like 50 of them,
Mm,
um, I think something people having a really strong visual is important because
mm,
you don't know anything about it, right? Like you're first clicking on their link and trying to find out more about them. So having strong visuals, whether it's their marketing material, whether it's one, a flyer or a catalog, and also having good imagery is crucial. So yeah, touch
mm.
on that a little bit because I know you've. Oh my gosh, I love your new visuals and
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
stuff. It's just so,
Thank you.
and that's next level. Obviously, that's 10 years in, but
Oh,
the
yeah. Well,
importance of it's there, right?
we do like I will do product shots myself. Like I can do that. That's fine. But like when
Yeah.
it comes to like an actual photo shoot, we have a amazing girl called Rochelle who works for us, and she does our content, but she also does photo shoots and stuff for us as well. So she sort of manages the whole shoot. She can model as well, and she's like a weapon. She can do everything. So yeah, she just did an amazing like photo shoot in a hotel, and it was really cool with
So
her
good.
like
Yeah.
latest sort of collection and stuff. But yeah, like having professional photography, like if you are like a decent photographer and you can take good, crisp, like well lit shots yourself,
Mm,
then go for it. Like save yourself some money. But if you're not confident in taking nice shots, then
mm,
probably just get someone to do it for you because the,
mm.
the the photos of your products will really sell it.
Yeah,
They're
the
going to be in the
investment will come
catalog.
back to you, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
and retailers are going to use those shots too. So you want to make sure they're good, and it really sells it. Like it's got to be good quality. It's got to be professional level. You can't DIY it unless you're a little bit crafty yourself. But
mm.
yeah, and like the packaging's got to be great too. Like
Packaging, yes, that's so
you
crucial.
know, get a
Yeah, I
get a
think you
graphic
put that
designer.
in there. I think you put that in there, like, looking for those things. And for
Yeah.
me, packaging, and obviously it depends on the product. If it's a fashion product, you've still got to have good swing tags or hang tags and things
Mm,
like that. But investing in the branding and if you invested in your product, you've got to invest in your branding and your visuals and your
packaging.
packaging
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
because that is what, especially for wholesale, sitting on the shelf, selling the product for you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're not there, you can't sell it. And like people will judge you on your branding and your packaging. And yes, your product needs to be amazing as well. It needs to be really good quality, it needs to be the right price. It can't be too low or too overpriced, but
Mm.
your packaging and your branding will like can turn like a really mediocre product into something exceptional, and you can charge a lot more if you've invested in your
Yeah.
branding and your packaging too. So
That's right. But again, that
yeah,
investment comes back to you because you can have that,
yeah,
bigger margin or a different retail price point. And
mm,
actually touching on that, and I always talk about this as well, but people think that I can't afford to wholesale. And I always say,
mm,
look, if you can't afford to wholesale, you can't afford to have a brand because you still
yeah,
need to have margin selling retail, and that allows that wholesale margin. But if you don't have that gap anyway, you really
yeah.
can't afford to have your brand in the first place because you need that to market anywhere.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I wonder, I'm like, are your margins like 50%? Because that's not gonna like be sustainable, even if you're just doing direct sales. Because like
Yeah,
once you start doing advertising online, you know, that is super expensive thing. So
yeah,
yeah, I think people need to really have their margins sorted. Like it's got to be like whatever you're paying for it, your landed cost, like times
mm,
4 or 5, like
mm,
minimum. You want to sort of have like that sort of 70
mm,
to 80% margin, which
yeah.
sounds like a lot, but like you won't
No,
survive in
yeah,
wholesale without it. And even retail, like once you start adding in digital marketing and paid ads, yeah, you need that.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's crucial. So,
Yeah.
in terms of this again, like what sort of either words or things are you looking for in terms of if they know who they are or know why they've
Yeah,
started? Like,
I
yeah.
think so. Like if they've got a good founder story or like I would like to know who the founder is. Like I
Hmm.
hate when I go on a website and there's no about us page, or the about us page just has no reference to who is
Yeah,
behind the
no photo
brand.
or anything. Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
I hate that. I'm just like it seems faceless and weird, and I don't love it, and I don't think consumers like it either. That they want to know who's behind it. I think yeah, I want to know who's behind it. What's your background? Like, are you trained in this industry? Like, do you
Hmm.
have experience in this industry that's going to make me go, okay, cool. Like
Mm.
they'll survive. They'll do really really well because they've got that background. Like
Well, you've got a strong why behind why you created it in the first place.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like an actual purpose for creating the products that you're creating. That's like
Mm.
important too.
Yeah.
Also, just looking at the products, like how are they going to expand on this product, like over
Mm.
time, like how are they going to create newness? Because every time you go to a trade show, like your retailers are like, "What's new?"
Yeah.
And they'll call you out on it too, because like sometimes they'll be like, "No, I saw that in Sydney 6 months
Yeah.
ago,"
And you're
and
like,
we're like, "Oh." Okay. So like they know because they've had it in their store
yeah.
and stuff. So like you've got to have newness. Like we probably go a little too overboard with how much we release each time. You don't
You
have to
do
do that
sometimes.
much. No, and
But it
I'm not
also
saying
sets a
that's
calendar for you almost to go, this
yeah.
is my planning, this is my timeline. So
Yeah.
we are going to release at this point,
Yeah,
and so you build up to it as well.
it's a good deadline. Like it's hectic every time we do a trade show. It's like our big release time, so it's
Mm.
extra effort and very stressful. But those are our two big drops of the year, and then we sort of dribble it out to direct to
Yeah.
consumer sort of throughout the year. Like we'll hold things back, but like wholesalers want to see a big chunk of newness because that's what they'll pick up at the show, and then they'll buy a
Yeah.
little bit of your older stuff too. But like
Yeah.
yeah, having that fresh newness. So if I'm looking at this brand and going, how are they going to be keep being fresh and new,
Mhm.
and like are they going to release it in new patterns or colorways or create like expand on the line and come out with other products that are like complementary, like
Yeah. How's it
how is
going to
this
work?
brand going
And
to
I'll
grow?
touch on that too, but to also note that even if you've got one at the start, it's okay. Like you don't have to start
Yeah.
with a huge range because that is a question I get a lot. Like I've only got one product. Can I wholesale? I'm like
Mm.
absolutely you can.
Hmm.
But yeah, as you say, like what is it going to look like later and that planning. But it is okay to start with one product or one range.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And if it's like a banger, like you don't
Yeah.
have to release that much that often.
Mm.
But yeah, I think retailers will get a bit bored if they keep seeing just the same stuff every time they come and see you. They
Yeah.
do want to see you growing and changing, coming out with new scents or fragrances, what depending on what you do,
Yeah.
or yeah, new collections each time. I think
Absolutely.
that's
And
important.
just while we're talking about that connection sort of thing, like relationships, I know that for you, going to the trade shows helps you build that personal relationship with stockists as well.
Yeah, totally. Like it's not something you're never going to get over email or, sending a direct mailer or
Mm.
something like that. It's really good to catch up with the retailers and see them face to face, and they'll
Yeah.
tell you how things are going, and you just get like a lot more insider info
Yeah.
when you see them. It's I love going to the shows, like, and also seeing all the other like vendors. Like, I've made so many friends in this industry, and like it's such a good like tribe of people. Like, I love
Yes.
just talking to other founders. Like, they're just
Yeah.
kind of my people. So yeah, I really love it for
Absolutely.
that
Well, that's where
experience.
we met probably 7 years ago at the show.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I know. I don't know if it was in New York or New Zealand. It was
Yeah,
one of them,
actually,
or
yeah, we
both.
did. We met in New Zealand, and we'd just both been in New York. I think that's what happened. We
Yeah,
didn't even
that's
meet at
right.
Life and Style. There you go. That is
Yeah.
true. Yes, because you and Daz had you won a best stand at the New Zealand Gift Fair.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
you
was
had the
it was
most
cool.
beautiful pop of color compared to all the other stands that were around.
Oh, it
It was
wasn't. Yeah, I look back on our old stands and I'm like, oh my god, they're awful. But like,
so
yeah,
touching
we
on that,
tried.
you started with stationery, right? Like you had stationery
Yeah,
only, but now you've got a huge range. What are
yeah,
some things that you started with cards, or where did you
yeah.
end up?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. We just started with stationery because
Mhm,
we started at the stationery show in New
mhm,
York. So
mhm.
it was greeting cards, notebooks. I didn't even have pens then. It was like calendars, planners,
Yeah,
journals, all paper-based stuff. Because like being a graphic designer, like paper-based stuff was like what I knew, and it was
yeah.
quite easy for me to sort of roll
Create.
out. So
Yeah,
yeah, so I started with stationery, and then over the years, I kind of added things like, a wedding planner and a baby book, like
mhm,
journals, still paper-based stuff, but things that had a lot more content in them. And then that sort of evolved, and then we added baby like
mhm.
textile stuff. So we added like swaddles and cot sheets and blankets and stuff like that. And then as our kids were getting older, because I sort of make stuff for my family and myself, um, I was like,
Backpacks
oh
and
yeah,
like
we started doing lunch
makeup
bags.
cases and yeah,
Yeah, lunch bags, backpacks. So we started doing back to school, and we are sort of growing that line. And then now we've added like stuff for the mums, because I'm like, this when Mother's Day rolls around and Mother's birthdays, there's nothing for the mums. So I started doing cosmetic bags, vanity cases, wash bags, sort of accessories. So we're sort of growing the
and
different
it's all
lines.
print based too, in terms of it's about your print or your designs or your
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, everything has sort of got my design, my artwork on it,
Mhm.
which keeps, I think, ties sort of all the collections sort of together.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I guess it kind of works. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
yeah,
And I think that's it. Like it's an evolution. It's evolved as you've grown and changed. And you
yeah,
clearly started with just one of you, and then more people added, or more people have become part of your team. Which where are you at? Where are
yeah.
you at now in terms of?
Sort of 6.5. It's like myself, my husband Daryl, who joined the business about 5 years ago. Officially, he
Mhm.
was always working in the business. Just
Yeah.
he also had his job. My sister also works with us. She sort of manages our wholesale, oh, not wholesale, pick and pack, like
Yeah.
fulfillment and the warehouse part. And Amanda is also a big part of that as well. So she does all fulfillment as well. We've
Yeah.
got Alex, who's sort of part-time fulfillment. We've got Rochelle, who's our part-time content creator,
Yeah.
and also helps with like art directing, photo shoots, and sort of marketing role.
Yeah.
And then we've got a VA in the Philippines, Jai, and she is like full-time in the Philippines. But
Mhm.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's sort
Amazing.
of 6.5.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah.
that's taken 10 years to sort of. That's probably jumped around and changed over that period as well.
Yeah, we had like when we had our store at Chermside, we had a lot
Mhm.
more like casuals.
Yeah.
So our team sort of went up to say like 12 or so.
Mhm.
But then when we shut the store, we were, sort of pared it right back and just are going for more like full-time sort
Yeah.
of people.
Mhm.
And we don't need that many people fulfilling. Like, the girls have gotten very efficient. So
Mhm.
at one stage we had like 5 or 6 girls downstairs, and then we realized if we just sort of sped things up and sort of
Mhm.
created some systems and made
Yeah.
things a bit more
Systems.
efficient, we were like,
Ah.
well, we're twice as productive. We don't need as many people. And they're all sort of casuals, and sometimes they just come in for Christmas casual, sort of
Mhm.
Black Friday time. So, yeah, I like keeping it sort of as small as possible, because it's
Mhm.
nice. We can just go out to dinner or lunch or
Mm.
whatever, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Good.
So,
And so, yeah, someone starting out. I think this they've got to be less than 3 years for the scholarship to apply, Australia or New Zealand business, and
yeah,
have not done Life in Style before. So yeah, just get your applications in, right? Like I'm sure you're looking
yeah.
forward to seeing them all.
Just do it. Yeah, I can't wait to see. Like, I just think just do it. Like, I'm kind of a fan of like just signing up for things and then going, oh, I'll just work it out later. I haven't, like when I signed up for New York, like I didn't have a brand, I didn't have a website, I hadn't sold a single product. I was just like, just
Let's
gonna
give it a go.
figure it out. And so I signed up, locked it in, and then I went, shit, I've got to make this work now. So
Yeah.
I just started hustling and got things together and sort of managed to make it work. So like, I don't know. I just think like even if you're not ready, just
That's it. Like, give it a go because
apply.
I have mentioned in my podcast that I did last week too that the Little Potion Co. They did it. They applied 3 times before they'd won. So like, it can take a
Yeah.
bit of time, and it also it exposes what you may be missing or that you don't have ready because you're like when you go through the application process, you're like, oh, I should have had that or done that. So it just helps you build and grow your brand as well.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I did not have my stuff together at all when I like applied to go to the stationery show or to go to Life and Style. And luckily they didn't like check all of our stuff. But I guess with this application, like they're gonna have to sort of show that they're
Yeah,
ready and what they've got to show for it. But like you don't have to be completely ready. You can sort of wing it and figure it out and talk to other vendors and see what they're doing and go, okay, I'm gonna tweak that for tomorrow. But
yeah.
yeah, like
And absolutely, that's a good point. Actually, like just in the industry, yeah, having conversations, whether it's at a market like a expo like One Fine Baby, or whether it is
mm,
at trade shows, really just getting out and talking to people. Working with mentors, working with people who actually have been there or done that, so that you are getting that true experience as well.
yeah, it's really good. You learn a lot just chatting to other people and seeing like, oh, what software are you doing? How are you taking your orders? Like we still do
Yeah.
pen and paper orders, but a lot of
Hmm.
people use like software.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's like so many little things you can pick up. But I also warn people, don't be that person that comes up and goes, hey, where are your suppliers from?
Oh yeah,
Straight away,
gosh.
because that
Yeah,
really, really irks me. And
yeah.
especially like if you don't know the person at all, like it's like your suppliers are like
Gold. Yeah,
your
they're secret gold.
IP.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like IP. The people have spent a lot of time trying to sort
yeah.
of
Nurture
find
and
and
find those
guard.
relationships.
So
Yeah,
I always get hit up by some people do it in the right way and I will share contacts with them, and some people do it in the wrong way and I'm just
yeah.
like, wrong, not cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
not cool. Don't do that. Well,
don't be
and
that
that's it.
person.
Like, it takes research, and that's part of you building, being able to source the right people and start
Mm,
relationships and get quotes and work out what you need or what mistakes to make. Because
mm.
as I'm sure you have, I had many, many mistakes in supply
Oh,
chain and
so many.
production and things going wrong. Like, it's
Yep,
sort of part of the
always.
journey. You've got to go through it almost to not make those mistakes again.
Yeah, 100%. Like we found all of our suppliers on Alibaba pretty much, and we've
Yep.
worked with them. We weeded out the bad ones, and we've had so many mistakes. We've had so many things that have been useless. We can't sell them, or
Mm.
you've got to try and sell them at a discount. We've made every mistake possible, and probably it's my fault. I don't ask for help a lot, and I don't ask people
Enough
questions that
questions.
they could help me, but I also feel like they don't owe that to me. Like it's my job to figure it out myself and
Yeah.
go and find my own suppliers. So like I just feel like
Yeah.
people, you got to go and you got to go find your own people.
Yeah.
And also, my supplier might not be good for yours either. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
might be
That's
selling a
right.
different product. So, um, and I also think it's best to go to a factory that specializes in that sort of thing.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
That's
a big
definitely.
tip because
Mm.
yeah, I've tried to go to factories where I'm like, can you make this kind of product? And they're like, yeah, of course we can. And
But
then
they're
they
not
know they
experts. Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they often just can't. Like they don't have the intel and the
Yeah.
knowledge. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
think you just got to go through it yourself, really.
And you keep evolving that. Like I always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket for sure, because you don't want to have
Yes.
one supplier. I think you should always have someone on the go, or working with,
Yeah.
or nurturing someone else, or finding out, getting something from someone else as well, because that's,
Yeah. And not getting stuck like with supply if you're finding that there's lots of issues and it's just not working.
yeah,
Going
if there's
maybe,
red flags early, yeah,
yeah, maybe this isn't right. There should be other suppliers out there that can do a much better job. So yeah, we had to learn that one the hard way. We stuck with suppliers for way too long, and then we went,
yeah,
they're just not getting it.
yeah.
So yeah, we kind of had to pull the pin on some, but yeah, it's all learning.
It's all learning, and I think that's a big thing. Like, yeah, putting in your application, you'll learn what, there's things that you've got gaps in and what things you might have strengths in. um, Wholesaling, like, it takes experience, it takes time, it takes something to build up your whole business. It takes time to sort of do that, but I'm sure you probably wouldn't swap it for anything.
No, it's so good. I love having wholesale as like it's about 50% of our business at the moment,
Yeah,
which we love. Like it just keeps it keeps the cash coming through the door. It keeps your business sustainable and profitable. Like people think that, oh, well, you're selling it at wholesale margin, you're not getting much, but you're selling it in bulk. You're not having
Selling
to ship
bulk. Yeah.
every single product one by one, $10, $12 for shipping cost a pop. Like you're sending it in one go. That's way more
Yes.
efficient and it's way more profitable for them and for you. So it's just it keeps, yeah. And then there's the times where e-com can be very up and down.
Mm-hmm.
There are big
Moments and
periods,
yeah.
yeah, and then there can be really slow periods, and wholesale often works like in tandem for us. Like it's like
Yes.
when wholesale's really busy, like e-com is slow, and they sort of like work in this wave where
Absolutely.
it evens out the months so that
Mm-hmm.
like cash flow is a lot more steady, and I love that part of it. And yeah, I don't know, I feel comfortable doing wholesale. That's where we started. We've always been a wholesale brand, but
Yeah.
yeah, we love
Well,
it.
and I think that's where as well I talk about in my training that you they're all doing they're all in different locations. They're all having different moments and times as well that they're busy or not busy. So
Mm,
that variation in the retailers means that you're going to get orders from some of them at times and some of them at not other times. So that
yeah, definitely.
that allows consistency because you're getting different things from different people, so they're not all in one location and all experiencing a flood, for example. I don't know, like something,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
they're all in different places, so therefore, and you obviously have different countries all over the world, so they're all experiencing different economies, so that it also allows that that money to come in different ways.
Yeah, it's like an insurance policy or hedging your bets
Yeah,
kind of. It's having
you're
a
spreading out your
sustainable,
yeah, it's not all
yeah,
eggs in one basket.
and yeah, definitely not having all your eggs in one basket. Like
Yeah.
I would be very scared if I was just trying to do D2C,
Mm-hmm.
and just rely on that because yeah, it's a hard game as well.
Yeah.
So I think wholesale's really, really beneficial for your business. But yeah, you also do need to be careful that you're not selling to stores that aren't right for your brand.
Yeah. And that would
Um,
take time and experience. You figure that out pretty quickly when you
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
have some
yeah,
bad experiences. And you're going to have people who order once and never order again. Of course, that's
yeah.
normal. But then you also, I'm sure, have people who you've had from for 7, 8, 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And they
Yeah.
still keep ordering from us, and you don't have to acquire that customer
Yeah.
every time they purchase. They just keep coming back, and it's like that lifetime value is
Mm-hmm.
um, super beneficial for us because yeah, when it comes to e-com, we're I guess kind of a low repeat kind of brand. Like
Yeah.
people have one wedding and then they
Yeah.
buy one baby book, so they don't need to keep coming back for the same product over and over
Yeah.
again, which is why we've branched out into other categories because we want them to come back
Yeah.
throughout sort of their lifetime. But
Their journey. Yeah.
yeah, whereas wholesalers, they're going to keep restocking that same product over and over
Well, it's
again
working
because
for them, right? Like they want to keep
yeah,
supplying it to their customer. Yeah.
yeah, so it's
Oh,
good.
so good. Janet, it's been amazing. Thank you so much for sharing so much. And you do, and I love your advice that you're always giving. You're always so generous with your time and helping other people as well get going. So thank you. And I look
Yeah.
forward to hearing your opinion on, the different people who have entered as well and seeing who, and I think another point there that there's 6 judges too. So everyone's looking for something slightly different, which I
Mm,
think is really important because you're not having just 1 or 2 or 3 people's perspectives. You've got 6 people, industry people, who are looking at the applicants, and so it really
mm.
helps get that different variety as well.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Mel. Same goes to you. You're very generous with your time, and I love your podcast and all of the content and just wisdom that you share too. So
Thank
yeah, no,
you.
it's good to have people in this industry who are like willing to sort of share and help other people grow. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what the applications look like, and yeah, I'll see you again soon in Sydney, maybe.
Yes, definitely. I'll be there. We're having a
Cool.
slightly different variation to the. Actually, we may even be doing a podcast together on the at the show. I don't know. You might not have been asked about that one yet.
Ah,
Stay tuned
no,
for that.
haven't heard anything about that
I've
yet, but
nominated.
I haven't been
I've
checking
nominated you
emails,
as a
so I don't know.
potential, so you might be looking
Oh.
out for that one.
Okay, I'll have a look. I have to check my emails. I've been getting out of the inbox, so yeah, we'll see. Okay,
Check that
cool,
out. But yeah, we'll
awesome.
be chatting further, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, sounds
All
good.
right.
All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Mel. Talk to you
Janet. Bye.
soon.
See you soon.
Bye.